Folks, welcome back to FS22, the Survival Challenge, episode 5 on Obeleron. And I'm going to start off with selling the little bit of tomatoes that we have and the lettuces, because the price is dropping for these. So it'd be good to get these sold. Today I want to get enough money to get us the forestry mulcher so that we can get rid of some of these stumps, get the yard cleared, and then maybe think about getting just getting some of this land cleared out, and that might let us put in a sheep pen or something like that, which is where I kind of want to go on here. Sheep or chickens or both. See, we can. I'm not doing very well picking these up, am I? See, we can produce hay ourselves now because seriously, we have the baler and we just need to buy a tedder. But actually thinking about it, because we're playing with seasoned light, we can feed the sheep just grass, and we can keep some grass bales about if we need to. So let's try not to launch this one across the yard. And we have our 2 pallets full of lettuce as well. I'm hoping that they all go to the same sell point, because that would make life much easier. So it looks like we're back on tomatoes on the greenhouse. It's been a few days since I played on here, just with travelling and stuff and getting back to the real world of being at home. Let's just neaten that up a little bit and get these strapped down. So yeah, there are a load of fertilizing contracts which I am going to use to earn money to pay for the mulcher. But I thought I'd just do the this bit of selling as the intro, because not everyone likes watching contracts. If you don't like watching contracts, you're probably watching the wrong series, to be honest. Let's have a quick check of prices. I find it really weird that these are below the productions. Also, we're up to 3,000 again for those, and 1,000 for the tomatoes. Awesome. So they are both at the farm shop again, so we know roughly where that is. So let's head up there, and I'll be right back, but I'll save you watching me do the drive. Almost up to the farm shop, and the observant of you will have noticed that I am running the enhanced vehicle mod. So a beta version of that has been released. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description below. Mainly on here because it adds in diff locks and things like that, but it also adds in a heading lock. It's sort of not quite GPS because it doesn't take account of the working width of implements, but it does let you lock in a heading and then invert that heading when you're going back the other way down the field. So I've been using that on Elm Creek, where I am setting up another series, and it's quite useful. So the other thing I have noticed is this truck is pretty battered and is going to need a service at some point. I'm sure we'll be able to afford that. And so we need to go around the back to sell these. We need 24,500 euros for the forestry mulcher that we want. So we probably will need to do at least one contract to get us there. But that's quite a nice payout, nearly 2,000 euros. So I'm going to run back down to the farm and find us a contract that will get us enough money to buy the mulcher that we want, if I can find a way out. So see you in a second. So we have our contract. We are in our 5020. I don't know whether I showed it in the last video, but we actually fertilized this field once already. So this is getting its second application of fertilizer from us. Obviously the farmer doesn't have his own fertilizer spreader, or just can't be bothered. Perfect for us, as it's going to pay us enough to go off and buy the forestry mulcher, which will then let us clear all the stumps out that we've created and start to open some land up to then get some sheep or chickens. Don't know which yet. Sheep, obviously, as I said, have the benefit that we can produce grass bales to feed them ourselves. Chickens, I would have to buy pallets of chicken feed, but we get the eggs, and chickens are cheaper. It's only 6 grand for the chicken enclosure, whereas it's 25, I think, for the sheep pen. So there is that to consider, and getting some egg production going would be nice, but also getting some wool production going would be nice as well. We're definitely going to be getting into animals. Maybe not this episode, maybe in the next one. I think this episode will probably mostly be about clearing off the area to put the animals in. We may have to do some forestry at the end to get the money to be able to then buy those animals next time. One of the nice things about this map is the fields are not huge, so doing something like this is fairly quick, and this spreader has a pretty massive width. So I think this field is only 2.5 runs wide. So if we jump in the map and bring up the fertilizer screen, you can see that by the time we've gone up and down, we will pretty much be done, which is good because we're close to running out of fertilizer. I'd hoped a quarter of a load would be enough, so we probably need to try and maximize the coverage that we're getting on here. So if I do need to run back over to the store, that's the point that we're going to go into a time lapse, because it's quite a long drive to the store from here, because there's not really a direct route. Yeah, we're not going to get this job finished on this little amount. That is annoying. I could have gone up to the store first and saved myself some fuel, because actually we might need to get some diesel for the tractor as well. That's pretty low. We might just eke this contract out. I don't know. It's going to be very close. Either way, we're going to need to get some fuel when we get up to the store. The textures are quite subtle in FS22. Which is why we've gone into drone mode, because I think that's done. Yeah, so we just need to run back up the middle and hope that we get enough to satisfy the farmer and his need for fertilizer. Really struggling to see the texture difference there. It's about halfway. So see if we can 50 litres left. Are we going to finish the contract? We're going to be so close. So frustrating. 10, 5, out. How close are we to having finished the contract? 93%. Okay, I'm going to stick in a time lapse now, head over to the store, get some fuel and get some more fertilizer, and then get this job finished, and we'll then get into the forestry mulching. So future me will be back with you with some commentary straight away. And here is future me. So yeah, we're just going to buy 3 bags of fertilizer to get this filled up. It means we're going to have to do a couple more fertilizing contracts to get the money we need for the mulcher, and someone forgot to buy fuel. Oh, well, let's just get this contract finished. I've dropped the width down because we don't need to be running at full width, and I keep forgetting I can do that. So that's this contract done. There are 3 up at the other end of the map, which I am going to tackle, and that will give us the money to buy our mulcher. So you can see we're up in field 9 now, which is a pretty big field, actually up at the top end of the map. And we're done. Let's get this mulcher brought and get some stumps ground away. This is quite a beastly looking bit of kit. I'm not sure what the hooks on the back are for. I use them to help me get on top of some tree stumps, but it destroys tree stumps really quickly. It also takes away the grass, so I could use it to create fields, I think. I'm not sure. I think. So this guy is too big, and you can see I'm trying to use those hooks on the back to get me up, but no, I need to get the chainsaw out and try and cut it down a bit. So some of these trees do not cut well. They were placed with the landscaping tool, and yeah, some of them just don't behave very well for being cut down. But there we go, that's gone. Once I've got the tree stumps cleared, I'm going to get us some chickens, I think. it looks like they make pretty good money. So I'm recorded this way before I started doing the most profitable animal series, where we've learned a lot about chickens. But I'd seen that it looks like they make decent money, so we're going to get the courtyard cleared off, or farmyard cleared off, get the gravel put back that we destroy, and then clear the stumps around this area and get a little chicken pen put in, which is again going to give us options for making money. That's cool. We can take the bushes out as well with the mulcher, which is nice. We'll ignore health and safety. No health and safety incidents going on there at all. If I'm careful, I can do it without destroying the ground texture, which is quite useful. We're just going to replace the dirt that we destroyed there, and we've got ourselves a nice yard now, which is really cool. Right, I'm going to put another greenhouse in. I can't quite fit the big one in, so we're going to go for a second medium one. And I'm going to put them both on lettuces because the lettuce price is really good. And now we've got the bigger tractor, we can hopefully completely fill the water tanker and not have to worry about being stuck at the bottom of the ridge. We are not. So we get this one filled up and get it going on lettuces, and we're going to swap this one to lettuces as well. The lettuce price seems strangely high still, so that's going to give us the best value for money, I think. A few more stumps to clear. I think we're going to need to clear out these 2 trees as well to make space for. I want to put a chicken pen on this corner, so I think we're going to tackle that next, because I want to put it there. So yeah, we'll get these 2 trees cut down and sold. Bring us in a little bit of money as well, which is nice. I think one of there you go. The good old forestry bug. So one of those trees bugged out completely. And so I get the mulcher out to just try and mulch it down, but it won't let me. So we have a tree that we pretty much can't do much with. I can't remember how much it let me cut up. Yeah, just trying to mulch the bugged out bits, but it won't work. So let's cut down what we can, see if we can get it into manageable size pieces to get it sold at least. I really hope they fix this bug. Normally it wouldn't bother me, but obviously forestry is quite important on this series. So we managed to get everything loaded up. You can see the really buggy pieces on the front of the pickup. And we'll get that sold for 4,000 euros, which is quite nice. We need to buy some wheat on the way back. The shop has got a forklift now. This forklift can only be used up at the store. We can't take it home, but it's there for us to load things up and just to make life generally a bit more easy for that end of the doing things. So let's get our chicken pen in, 6,000 euros. Pretty pleased with that. Lets us have 30 chickens. I only put 15 in, which I've learned is a mistake. I should fill it. So when we come back, probably in episode 7, because episode 6 is already recorded, we will be filling this pen to maximise the amount of eggs that we make. Let's give them some feed. Hopefully this bag will fill up the pen. Yeah, plenty. So we've got a little bit left, which is nice. I like how the bags they seem empty, and they get a bit squishier and more stretchy. So getting that diesel that I mentioned, refilling the spreader, and I'm guessing we go off and do more fertilizing contracts. They are a very steady source of income here on the farm. I'm going to be doing a lot of them, I suspect. A bit more forestry. We want to try and clear this area off to start making some land for fields potentially. With the release of the New Holland combine, we've got an option for a cheaper combine now, which I think we'll work towards buying, see if we can get that in before harvest season comes, so we can pick up some harvest contracts hopefully none of them are the bugged ones that go on the train, because that would be very annoying, and the train seems to be used quite a lot. So just going to get these limbed up and loaded on the trailer and sold. Using my trusty measuring stick to get them to roughly the right length to fit in the trailer. This is a really cool little trick if you're having to hand cut them. There's no way we can afford a tree harvester at this point, and half of the trees that we have you can't harvest with a tree harvester anyway, so yeah, lots of work with the chainsaw. The lumberjack mod is out now. I'm not using it yet on this because I'm a few episodes ahead. But I'll be adding that in just because although we've bought the mulcher, it will make it much easier to deal with the stumps, and it makes cutting trees just that bit easier. So hoping it might help with the bugginess as well, but we'll see. I'm surprised how much of this I shoot. I didn't think I would put so much forestry work in. But I guess it's made up quite a big part of what I did in the day. I'm still trying to keep it to about a day per video. So some of these we can pick up. I think I accidentally put my measuring stick in at some point. The ones we can pick up I'm going to load first so we can get something to hold in some of the bigger logs. And then we'll get to work getting things loaded up. Being adventurous and trying to pick up 2, which is a bad idea. It would have been quicker to just pick up 1, I think. But, you know, I was trying to save myself time, and in the end I didn't. So it's much easier to pick up 1 at a time. And this log fork is pretty good actually, considering its base game. I always found the FS19 base game log forks to be awful. So yeah, pleased that this one actually works and lets me place trees relatively well, although this gets very frustrating. It keeps falling off, and I think I give up and take a break soon. I am hoping we can very quickly get away from doing lots of forestry. It'd be really nice if we get to where we can just mulch the trees we don't need. I think that's unlikely, but you know. It'd also be nice if you could strap trees without them strapping the log fork down. That would be good. Yeah, I did get it on in the end. I just had to take a break, and we have a pretty full trailer now. It's very top heavy. I probably put way too much on this. And yeah, we got €400 for that. I have worked out why now. It's because the sawmill is a productions sell point, and they get full. And if it's full, they fill up even if you don't own them. If it gets full, it pays you crap for wood. I think on other production sell points it won't take the product. On the sawmill it does, and it pays you crap. That's so annoying. So you know, it's a real undocumented feature that I found. Found it when my most profitable animal thing, when I was doing the cows video and trying to sell slurry and manure to the PGA, because that's the same. It's a production site. You can use it as a sell point, but if you don't own it, you fill the production site up and then you can't sell anymore. It's great. So I think we are taking this either to the carpentry or to the biomass boiler. Carpentry is a placeable or is a production site, so that can fill up. Biomass heating is not, so that shouldn't have a limit to what we can sell, which is cool. But the price does start to drop, so I think I end up trying to take one to the carpentry as well. That might be the next video. As I said, I'm a couple of videos ahead. But yeah, massively overloading our truck and our pickup here. But there are no health and safety people in France, it would appear, so we are fine. We are all good on taking this insane load of logs to the sell point. The truck suspension is going to be trashed. Anyway, I think that's it for today. So thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, give me a comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Actually, no, this is dealing with some more buggy trees. I did this sort of after the video off camera because I had to use super strength to get them up to the sell point. Forestry sucks sometimes. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.